following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC. Always love the clothes of Jimmy. British punk, yo, wanna be Jimmy Star, new celebrity. We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello. Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We're going to have a lot of fun for you guys today. Let's say hi to everybody. First, we'll say hi to our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Do not disturb me while I'm making out with my dog.
There you go. Nobody can see the dog. Hold him up.
Astro, because Astro has learned a song. Kiss me once and kiss me twice, then kiss me again. It's been a long, long time.
There we go.
See how he goes? He throws his lips up, the little perv.
What's up, chat room? We got a fun show today. Let's say hi. We've got Dawn Hinton is in the chat room. Lady Cindy, Lady Lake Music's in the chat room.
And I won't have a bone to pick with Dawn.
Eileen Shapiro's in the chat room.
Oh, my God. Breast of veal.
Boomer Mays. Hello, Boomer. Football player extraordinaire. Angela Joseph. Backpack John, I think, is in the chat room. It's going by fast, and I don't actually see it all, but we've got a fun show for you today. We've got something new that we've never done before. So we have JT Fox coming on. He's a wealth and business coach, and we've never done that before. And he's supposedly the world's number one wealth and business coach. He's a very cool guy.
Not supposedly. He
is the number one wealth and business coach in the world. He's going to be a lot of fun. And then we have
and he's really cute.
And we have
no, he's good looking and sexy looking and all that money. Oh my God, if he's not married, have I got two old maids for him?
And then we've got actually we have Dave Sheridan coming on, and I just got a message from Felissa Rose saying that she's sick and she doesn't think she can do it. So but the good thing about that, though, is that she said she'll make it up to us and come again, so we'll get her again. But we'll definitely have Dave Sheridan coming on, but Felissa is not doing well, feeling well, so we wish her all the best in that. And we'll see how that goes. And Dawn wants to know, what does she do?
You put on my thing that I never read your messages.
You never do.
You're full of crap. I most certainly read your messages. They're just not important enough to answer.
Oh.
They're nice.
No, she always sends you like videos of things that we talk about.
I know that, but she sends me complimentary stuff. So what am I going to be, an egotistic maniac like you, and write back, "Oh, I love you. Thank you for telling me I'm gorgeous, wonderful, fabulous, and terrific." I know all of that. No, I'm serious. Kidding around. You know what? I have instant messages in the hundreds. I scroll through it. I mean, I pull out Sue Wong because she and I are. Anybody I'm in business with or connected with, I answer. This is not my job. I'm not a secretary. I'm an actor. And people just think that if they send me messages, it's okay.
It is okay.
Well, I've got very disconcerting messages. I got one message that came from the Coca-Cola company.
No, I don't want to go into that.
No, I'm just going to say it.
I don't want to go into that.
Well, I do, because I'm upset, saying, be less white. And I read the whole thing, and I was appalled at this kind of prejudice and this kind of racism, that I should lessen who I am. For what reason?
Anyway,
it's
I don't want to go into
anyway,
that. We're an entertainment show.
This is entertainment. I encourage everybody, all colors, all creeds, all religions, to be the best that you can be. Who wants to be a loser? We want to be great. Everybody, look at Oprah Winfrey. I mean, look at all those.
Dawn says she sent you Shelley Winter's turtle.
I saw it, but what am I going to do with Shelley Winter's turtle?
Kiss it.
Shelley Winters has been dead a long time, and I miss her. I loved her. She was a good friend. I never knew she had a turtle. It must have been out in the garden.
She said she was totally defending you, though, so be nice to her.
No, I listen. I'm very nice to her. Come on, are you sure? Are you serious?
We love
She's
her.
one of my favorite people. Get over it, Dawn.
Yeah, we love you, Dawn.
Or I'm gonna bitch smack you.
And show her your watch. You already wore that watch.
Yeah,
before,
this watch is what do you call it? Recirculating because it goes with the shirt is pistachio, my favorite color.
Here you go, but I have one different one.
Yeah, see, Jimmy's got one that
I wore
matches
my
his
iPhone
shirt.
watch, my iWatch. I don't know what you even call it. Apple Watch, my Apple Watch,
and
with
it,
the pink band.
it matches his. I have so many watches, really and truly. Old vintage watches. I have a Howdy Doody that I love. I have a.
We have to wear Howdy Doody.
I love. No, I don't want to wear it because it's very fragile and it's old, and the band can break. It's from the 1950s, and it's the early vintage Mickey. I have what's his name that flies. I love him. The one you got me.
Oh, Rocketeer. No, Mickey. No,
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse.
Oh my God, I love my Mighty Mouse watch.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I've written a movie, and we're getting it out there, and it's called The Magic Gift, and I'm sending the script to Lainey Kazan, and if Lainey Kazan likes it, she will be in it. I will play Lainey's husband, and I guarantee you, it's a funny as hell movie. It's a dark comedy about all kinds of things that you would never imagine, but it's hilariously funny. And as soon as we can, we'll start to do some promoing on it.
Absolutely, it's going to be great, you guys.
But you know what? Do me a favor out there. Go on Lainey Kazan's page and say, Lainey, be in Ron's movie. That's all. Just say, be in Ron's movie. I got to push that broad. You know, I know her.
She's going to love it.
I know her 35 years. Lainey and I are good friends. I mean, it's not like she's like I don't know her. You know.
No, we're gonna like it. We're gonna love it, and
I'm sure she'll love it because I wrote it with her in mind. You know, I wrote her language, I wrote her moves. So when she reads it, it's going to come so comfortable to her.
I think it's going to be like a lot of fun. So
everything is going to be a good movie.
Good all the way around, you guys. The movie is very funny. I've also got a bunch of other films that we're working on, and Ron's going to be in them. And we're even working on putting together a film to star all the famous boy band members, which is something that I will love to do. So everything's going to be a lot of fun, and we got a lot of things going on.
Yep. Just need a lot of money. You know, we need backers. People have to invest in film. Film is a good investment now.
They're all saying that they think they'll do it, though. So
what?
Everybody's saying they think she'll do it.
Well, you know, it's about a Jewish broad in 1943 in a tenement in New York. I mean, how could Lainey not be in a better place than that? Playing, a real Jewish broad with Jewish lingo and funny jokes. I mean, I won't go into any more of it, but her character is superb. It's a fabulous character. I know she's going to read it and like it. I know that.
Absolutely. And we went to brunch on Sunday in L.A. and we saw Sadie Katz. I don't see Dave's not in the chat room. Sadie Katz and Miles, and had brunch with them. And also
Sadie
Miles'
loved
mom.
it. She read half of it, and she said the dialogue is great. It's a fabulous story. Sadie loved it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Everything is good all the way around.
We need fun. We need laughs. Today, what's going on with the bullshit? We need to go to a movie or watch it on television or buy it at Walmart or whatever, wherever it goes. I have no idea. We need to laugh. We need to spend that hour, 60 minutes. That's 2 hours, isn't it?
Well,
an hour, 60 minutes is 2 hours. Anyway, what I really wanted to say was an hour, 50 minutes, whatever it's going to be. We don't know exactly the time yet, how long the film will be. But it's funny. And you will laugh, and you'll leave the film lightheaded and happy. It's a very makes you just feel good. It's a feel-good movie. That's what I'm looking for. A feel-good movie. So please go on Facebook for Lainey Kazan, LainiKazan, and write, Lainey, we want you in Ron's movie. She'll love that.
She's going to get it.
Oh, she'll call me up and say, you Meshuggah, you crazy bastard. What did you do? I'll say,
you sent all these people.
Huh?
Yeah, that you sent all these people.
She's good. She doesn't care. Lainey's got a great sense of humor. She's a sweetie. I love her so much for so many years. I met her, oh my God, when I lived in Florida years and years ago. I met her.
I also want to just tell everybody and thank everybody. So 2 weeks ago when we had Sam Harris on and we had a problem with the other lady who got her time mixed up and she didn't show up, so Ron and I just shot the shit for like the hour with all you guys in the chat room. It ended up being like 7 million plays, so it's one of our top shows ever. only having one celebrity guest. And so we want to thank everybody for listening to it. And Sam Harris was a lot of fun.
I suggested to Jimmy we should do that. Jimmy and I should do the first 40 minutes and then bring on one guest. This way we don't have to go crazy finding guests or guests contacting us. It's a lot of work. I mean, no, it really is a lot of work. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 guests a month. Where do you dig up 8 guests a month?
Love it.
I know other crappy shows that are trying to be us. They can't even get one person that's even halfway decent. I mean, really.
And we always have great ones.
Have you seen all the garbage that's out there? They're trying to be Jimmy and I. They want to do our show. I'm 9, 10 years in this show. Come on, kids. Do your own thing. And they write about it. They have the balls to say, oh, I want to be number one like you. Yeah, well, fuck you. I don't want you to be number one like me. I want to stay number one, you morons. We used to say years ago, does Macy's tell Gimbals when they have a sale? No. That's a New York thing. So what am I going to promote?
Eileen says, Ron, like you do all the work.
Well, I do all the work.
Yeah, you go get the guests and you make the plug.
Oh, you know how many guests I have gotten on the show?
Actually, you got last week's Monica Henry.
Yeah, and how about Lainey Kazan? And how about Richard, what's his face, the fabulous actor?
So that's 3 out of what, like 1,500?
No. No, I got names, honey. I got major Warner Brothers stars, Academy Award winners and Emmy winners and Tony winners. Fran Bizarre was on. Tony
They say
winner.
We love you. You didn't get Fran Bizarre. Oh, yeah, you did get
I got Fran Bizarre on. They were my friends. Are you kidding? All my friends came on.
Oh, Eileen. Oh, that's funny. Dawn's like laughing.
And Eileen Shapiro, stop it. Or I'm going to tell people that your boobs are fake.
Yeah, right.
That you put sofa pillows in your bra to look sexy.
Oh, yes. She says, we love you, Ron.
I love you too, but I wish your boobs were real.
Yeah, right.
So there, bitch. Eat that one up.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, everybody. So,
Eileen, get ready. I'm coming the Thursday before my birthday. My birthday is May 28th.
What day is that?
A Friday. And we're coming the Thursday before, so that's May 27th. We're flying out.
We didn't get our tickets yet.
No, but I'm going to get them. We're going to stay with you for a while and bounce around with friends.
Hope that's okay.
I don't give a shit if it's okay. Are you kidding? Oh, please. Eileen,
she says yay.
She would never say no to me. Anyway, and then we fly out the following Thursday. No, wait a minute. I have it down there because we have to do a show on Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. We might do it from Eileen's house.
Oh, we'll do it from Eileen's house, and then I can show you Eileen's flat-chested.
Yes, there you go. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do.
They're Miss Shapiro.
Everybody in the chat room. Oh, Angela Joseph says, come through Colorado. All right, chat room. So we're going to bring on our first guest, and this is going to be exciting. I'm super excited to have him on. Hey, JT, how you doing? Let's see if we can hear you.
Yes, testing. Can you guys hear me? Testing.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. This is going to be fun. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the world's #1 wealth and business coach, JT Fox. Hello, and welcome to the show.
Well, it's a pleasure. I was like highly entertained. I'm like, why haven't I watched this before? And I was like, it's like mesmerizing. Like, I don't know if Ron is going to have a meltdown or he's going to attack somebody or... Like it's like
that's why everybody tunes in. That's why everybody tunes in.
What will Ron say next? Like that would be a shirt I would buy. I was like, man, look at this guy. Like he really doesn't give a shit about anybody, and he says whatever. There's no like it goes straight. I love it. It's like
no filter.
No, I have a filter. I definitely know not to say some things to certain people that I dislike. So I could be a phony like everybody. Hi, how are you? So good to see you.
So
then I turn away and I go, fuck you.
This is our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr.
Yes,
Russell.
and I want to talk to you.
Wait. First you say hi because we have to introduce the rest. Everybody else.
Oh, he always does this shit with me.
So say hi.
Listen, handsome face, you are so friggin' good looking.
Well, I was gonna say, like, do I wear my suit? Do I?
No. You look hot and gorgeous, and I want to thank you very much for coming on our show dressed like a gentleman. Most come on looking like pigs, but you look wonderful. You're absolutely.
You're a tough character. I was like, the first time Jimmy's like, Ron's tough. Like, and I was like, yeah. No, I'm telling you, yeah. Like I've seen it all. And then I got on because I thought it was like people mixed up the times. So this was running already. I just got back and I'm hearing this voice as I'm going down and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, what the hell? So I walk by and I sit down and I'm watching this. And I'm like, you know what I mean? So I was like, well, I just don't want to get on Ron's bad side. So if I'm on the show, Ron's like, please put me in the last guest. You want a podcast? Fuck you. I don't want you. Get your own dues. Your own shit. I've been doing this for 9 years. I built it. You need me. You know, I built this wall. You want the truth, but you can't handle the truth. I have breakfast 200 yards.
Oh my God, you can't hit. That's my favorite movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
I love
Jack
this guy.
Nicholson. I thought it was like Jack Nicholson.
What does the JT stand for? Jerking off or something? What is JT?
No. The middle name is Time. First name is Justin.
Oh, very beautiful name, Justin.
Very nice name.
Gorgeous, rich, and funny.
Ryan, say it all at the same time. Say my whole name.
JT.
I forgot it already. I'm 80 years old. What do you want?
Just in time, Fox.
Yeah, just.
Oh, just in time.
Just in time.
I got you.
He's a just-in-time Fox girl. I swear to you, if you could hear what I hear so many vibrators buzzing. All the women have their batteries fresh, and now they're going to wear them out when they see you. But now,
so hold on,
wait. I got to ask him. You know, I got 2 daughters.
No, wait.
I have 2 daughters. One daughter is runner-up in Miss America. She looks like Grace Kelly. She's an old maid. I'm looking to find a husband. I would love you to be my son-in-law.
I hate to tell you that, Ron. Like, she'd be fine, but you, I don't know if I could deal with you. You're like Bobby De Niro with that movie with Ben Stiller. Like the liability, like of like disappointing you.
That parent movie.
You. We're like, let me tell you about my son-in-law. He's an asshole. You know what I mean? My whole brand would be destroyed by Ron. I'd be like, I'd go bang.
Yeah, but you know what? I cook Italian good. So you'd come over on Sunday with my daughter, and I'd make delicious Italian food, and we would have laughs. We could play dominoes. We could play cards. We could just sit around and bullshit and laugh. That's good. But anyway, seriously, I think my daughter's a little old for you. What are you? Yeah. You're under 40, right?
Yeah, I'm 40.
Oh, you're too young. Well, she's a cougar.
Hang on. So, JT, we have all kinds of people in the chat room, including Eileen. Say hi to Eileen, and then just say hi to the chat room.
And the dog. Everyone's making a presence on this show. Everybody's here. The dog. Everything.
Oh, the dog is always here. The dog is always here.
Astro, and he's
gay. And Ron and I are married, so we fight like a married couple. Right. People love it.
Astro is gay, and he kisses me all the time on the lips because he's a fairy.
He's our rescue dog.
I'm trying to understand his homosexuality. It's difficult, but I never wanted my beautiful dog to be a homo. But he is, and he kisses me.
If I had a show and I said what you guys said, how quickly would I be canceled? How quickly would I be on the cover
in a second?
It's different though, because you're like a professional and we're not.
No. Remember what
millions of views. You guys are the professional.
Wait, JT. Remember one thing. I didn't do this yesterday. I'm in the business 64 years. He's
80.
I'm 80. I was in movies and on television for centuries. Forever and ever. So people know who I am. That those that do know what they get. I never was one to hold back.
Actually,
I tell it like it is, whether you like it or not. I'd say on television what you think and don't have the balls to say.
He actually does, probably.
Oh yeah,
I take a lot of heat. I'm kind of like you, but a little toned. I'm a no BS, very tough, and like all this heat comes on me, and they'll make all kinds of false accusations. But the problem is that it's always about like the style or the personality, and I'll be like, well, like for example, in your case, like, do you have a #1 show? Like, no, then shut up. Like, you got 4 viewers. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of people that criticize. And they'll be like, but if you take a look at the top shows, whether it's Simon Cowell, Chef Gordon Ramsay, you take a look at these type of personalities, including you, Ron, and the show, is that it works because I think not enough people give the truth. I think people BS people too many times. The polarization, I mean, you should watch ESPN, Stephen A. and Max, and back and forth. The polarization is what really keeps people engaged. If not, it's just so boring. You know what I mean? But the problem is that it comes at a risk sometimes, of course.
Well, I knew Cloris Leachman really well. Cloris and I were friends. I interviewed her 3 times. I'm only sorry that I didn't do a show with Cloris with her not knowing, and the camera was hidden. Cloris and I together spared no one. We told the truth. Cloris Leachman, she didn't give a shit who you are, the president, nobody. She was so precise in personality description. That was the most. I loved Cloris. You know who Cloris Leachman is?
No, I must be. I mean, I thought you were talking about Clorox for a second. I'm like, and then you.
Cloris Leachman.
At first, I thought you were talking about some cleaning product. I really did, but then I knew her, and I'm like, maybe it's a name. I don't know. I was very confused.
You know something? If you were gay, I'd fall in love with you in 7 minutes. You have such a wonderful face and personality. You are sexy.
I have to tell you too.
I'm in love with him. I'm going to make him gay.
We in the chat room? They're saying, "What a cool guy!" Because everybody that we bring, and you actually are an entertainer, which we'll get to that in a minute.
You didn't think I would make it. You didn't think I would make it. I was like, you told me about your show. So Jimmy spent 15 minutes telling me about the show, right? How it works, all the guests. Yeah. And I said, I'd love to be on the show. He goes, no, Ron won't like you. Ron won't like you. That's the first thing he says. I'm like, yeah.
Don't listen to Jimmy. Jimmy is very jealous of me. I'm serious. Why? I don't know. I'm 80 years old, but he thinks everybody wants to ball me no matter where I go.
Everywhere we go, he gets hit on.
I get hit on all the time. I'm not a bad looking guy. And there's a lot of queers out there that like old John. So, old guys. So I get a lot of the young guys that are hitting on the old man. He knew that I would go after you and say to you, marry me.
No, hang on. I'm going to go back. So first of all,
he knew I'd fall in love with you.
You have everybody in the chat room. No, actually, I know that you're an entertainer in what you do to get the points across. And
He's a comedian. He's wonderful.
He's got great.
No, you're boring. He's got great timing. He knows when to hit the button, and he's got a quick mind to come back.
Everybody in the chat room,
you should be a stand-up comic and then go from there elsewhere.
He doesn't need to.
No, I'm telling you. You should be. I would come to see you.
First of all,
go ahead. I mean, I already speak to 5,000-10,000 people, and I speak in the biggest stages. And I use humor sometimes. You find something. Ron, you know that's being as funnier than me. Ron's so funny. You find something, and then you just kind of go with it, and it turns into a kind of joke, and it brings.
You find an opening, and you go in and hit the button.
You go for it. Yeah, exactly.
Listen, if you were a stand-up comic and you wore no underwear and tight jeans, I guarantee you would have a whole gay population and a lot of women that would be coming screaming for you. That's how you get cussed.
I'm on this show now. They'll be screaming anyways. I'm on this show. So I made it. I can now retire.
The chat room.
Where do you live?
I live in Chicago, Nashville, and Florida. I rotate.
Oh, I wish you were in California. I'd say we all should go to a party. We'll drag you to a party.
By the way, your quarantine is going to last until 2028. So I don't know what you're talking about.
We don't give a shit.
We're going to New York though soon.
Yeah,
that ain't any better there too. So apparently Texas is the place to go now. No mask.
Texas is no mask. Yeah, and school's starting again.
How many people in Florida are saying they're living I had someone in the supermarket yesterday in Florida, and they texted me a picture and they say, "What's wrong with this picture?" And I was like, I'm looking at first. I'm like, not one person had a mask. It was at a Publix, right? They're walking around, and there's a lot of older people as well, and people in Florida just act like there's nothing going on, and this is very interesting. Then you have parts like California where they just so restrictive, and so I just can't.
California is so fucking dramatic. They break a nail here and they go to a psychiatrist to find out why they're so upset about snapping a nail. I've lived in California most of my life, and I've got to tell you, not my favorite place. I'm a New Yorker. New Yorkers tell it like it is. They're outspoken, they're funny, and they're tough. California, most of the people there are full of shit. They call each other.
All the New Yorkers moved to Florida, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm from Florida. I'm born and raised in
Florida. They all moved to West Palm, Miami. They literally all New Yorkers. Someone said to me,
"No, but there's plenty of New York left."
I was born in Miami, and I grew up in West Palm. Grew up in West Palm Beach. I went to high school in Jacksonville, college in Gainesville, and then I lived in Boca and Fort Lauderdale. So
and then he met me, and I met him. His life began.
By the way, is that vodka in that giant mug?
No, it's lemonade.
Lemonade.
I'm a lemonade freak.
That is the biggest mug I've ever seen in the history. Literally, I've never seen a mug. Wow.
He's got orange and I've got green.
By the way, you guys need your own names on there and get a sponsor in there. They put their names on there.
You know what?
Yeah, you're right. We do.
We have had so many people tell us that. We have over 5 million viewers. And out of the 5 million, we have quite a few that say, where can we get that cup? We would love that cup with your faces on it. My face on this cup, you could throw up. We're going to drink and vomit at the same time. But anyway.
I got a perfect name on your mug. Shut up and drink.
There you go.
Yeah. Don't you dare agree with that.
Why not?
Because
that's what your cup would say for other people.
Not you.
Not you.
I was going to divorce you.
You never shut up. If you shut up, the ratings go down. We want you to talk more.
You're a very smart man. Now tell me, how rich are you?
Very. I'm not going to tell you that.
Very rich? Like filthy, dirty rich?
Okay, I read an interview.
Wait a minute. Like you could afford to go to
California.
Like you could afford to go to McDonald's 3 nights a week?
I could buy a lot of McDonald's. That's how rich.
Oh, I wish you were gay.
So hang on, you guys. So listen up. Let's talk about a little bit. So he's the world's #1 wealth and business coach. He's a private equity fund manager. He's an entrepreneur. He has this show called the JT Fox Show. So he's a media personality. He has his own platform called the Millionaire Flix platform, which I went to it today and was looking all around it. And B. Claudia from Germany, who's in the chat room, has already said, that you can get a free course on his website, and he's got a book, and she's already in the chat room bragging all about you. She's fabulous, by the way.
Listen, I know him 10 minutes, and I love him.
And he's been described by Apple co-founder Steve. How do you pronounce it? Wozniak?
Yeah.
Wozniak is the closest thing to Steve Jobs he's ever met, and anybody who doesn't know, Steve Jobs is like Apple, and Apple's like the biggest company on the freaking planet, which we have our Apple Watches and our iPads and our iPhones. You don't have to.
I got it all.
There we go. And he has a book, you guys. It's called Millionaire Underdog. Why don't you, in a few sentences, tell us actually what it is that you like, what it is that you do besides being rich?
Can I ask him a question first?
Okay.
Could you finance my movie? I need $3.5 million.
It's funny you say this. I do a lot of movie financing, but bridge financing, first money in, first money out. So I'm the guy who makes that first. So bridge financing is before the 3 million comes. I'm the guy who usually puts the $500,000 before. Down payment for the actors, the crew.
Listen, I'll cook for you every time I see you.
Oh, first money in, first money out is no problem.
No, seriously, I'm going to send you the script. I want Lainey Kazan to star in it, and I think she's going to do it. We're going to have a very good cast, and the story you will love. It's about a Jewish. Huh?
Are you in the movie?
I'm in it. Yeah, I play Lainey's husband. I'm a mafia guy, and she's a Jewish broad who's a bookie. And we're married. We live in a tenement in 1943. So from there comes all the dark humor laughs. And the story is...
Can you do your mob impersonation? Give me a little bit of that mob thing. I want to see it for... be a gangster.
Listen up. If you don't keep your mouth shut, I'm going to nail it shut. And if you think I'm full of shit, forget about it. You watch what I do to you. You're going to be in the river, buddy. East River or Hudson? Give me your choice. What river do you want to be in? Like Tamara?
By the way, is that Joe Pesci? It sounded like Joe Pesci. I like that too.
He always plays a mobster or a priest or a cop.
Irishman on Netflix. They would have got better ratings.
I always play gangsters.
I gotta get the cement shoes.
Wait a minute. Wait. My accent is the antique Brooklyn Italian wise guy accent. Not the shit they do today where they do the make-believe Brooklyn accent, which stinks. Mine is my accent right now is Brooklyn. I tone it down a little. But if I let it go and I talk to you Brooklyn stuff, forget about it. You don't understand what I'm telling you. But I'm going to tell you something right now. You got to understand what I'm saying. If you want to be on the show, you got to be good. Otherwise, we're going to fix you but good. That's Brooklyn real, not the way they do it in the movies. And that's why I want to play Franco, because I can deliver a true mafia Brooklyn character. And Lainey is wonderful because she's a Jew from Brooklyn. And what's better? And she's my friend for 100 years. I love and adore her. So playing her husband is going to be a delightful thing. The story is wonderful. It twists and turns. And I will send you the script. I'm serious. If you want to give us the first $500,000. Well,
I like that. And I'll throw in my daughter at a discount too. So.
My daughter.
She's expensive.
My daughter's 52 years old. unless you like old, but she's gorgeous and looks young. Green-eyed blonde.
They said they ran out of the room scared. So hold on.
What?
Okay, so
Who ran out of what?
when you did your impression, everybody ran out of the chat room scared.
They got scared.
So,
See that?
so in a few sentences, take a little bit. Just tell people a little bit the best way that you would describe.
I can't believe that you told him I wouldn't like him.
You described himself.
How dare you do that?
Just
Ron,
stop it. Go.
Did. He really did. He was like, oh, he won't like you. No, we only have certain titles against. We only have like celebrities or big names.
Oh, fuck him.
Fuck
him.
He was totally not on board.
I was also setting up to make sure he was going to be okay with it all because certain people don't.
Oh, please. You knew goddamn well 10 minutes after I saw him, I'd be in love with him.
Actually, when I talked to him on the phone, he's not as funny as he is here.
What?
Who want to be on a show with 4.5 million viewers? Oh, well, not me. Not me.
Actually, believe it or not, I have a client. Listen to this. This is a true story. We have a client who paid us for months and months to do promotions. And then the day he was supposed to come on the show, he was a no-show and never contacted us or anything, and we've never heard from him since.
Maybe he died.
He didn't die.
He probably watched the show like I did, and I was like, I can't.
No, don't laugh. We approached Raquel Welch. Raquel Welch came in and saw our show and contacted Jimmy, and she said, "No way will I ever be on your show." She should be so lucky to be on our show and have 5 million people see her whole lady face.
The world is filled with so much hate and violence and racism and bigotry and people judging people. Sometimes you got to have an outlet and not take life so seriously, especially this pandemic. Everybody's so serious now. So you got to learn how to live, love, and laugh.
And just have fun.
The reason I wrote my script is because I'm a comedian. I write funny. When people see the film, they will laugh and chuckle. It's a feel-good movie. When you leave seeing this film, you're going to be happy. And that's why I did it. That was one reason. The other reason was, before I die, I wanted to play opposite Lainie Kazan. I played with Sophia Loren. That's my other wish, is to have Sophia Loren do a movie with me. Again, I started my career with Sophia. I'd like to end my... So I write for the people. I don't write for gain, and because that's bullshit. Money, what's money? You get money, shooting crap. But I mean, you don't necessarily have to write a movie to get money. I did it because I wanted to get people to laugh. And it's an old style movie. So the old people are going to love it. The young people are going to love it because it's got lots of blood and guts. It's sort of a dark, horror, stupid, funny comedy.
No, it's a dark comedy.
And I really want to send you the script. I'm
kind of like The Boys. Do you ever watch the show The Boys?
I'm serious about sending you the script.
Oh, hang on. Let's go back. Do you actually? We're gonna. Don't worry.
I have to ask you a question.
Wait.
You don't have to answer me if you don't want to. Are you Jewish?
No, but funny story about that is when I first moved from Canada to America, I was broke with no money. I got sort of taken in by a Jewish family, so I got and you'll appreciate this, like, because I went to my first Shivas, I went to like everything Hanukkah, I experienced everything, which my ears still ringing from the singing of the Hanukkah. Like that was a shock at first, and then I remember like I couldn't date Jewish women, right? This was like when I first started, because I was like, they're Jewish. I was like, I got Jewish women. So I'm like, well, you can't go on J-Date, is where all the Jewish people date. Right? Right? And by the way, I seriously thought about converting. And then I inquired, and it is actually 10 times more work to convert to Judaism than anything else as well. The commitment it takes. And so I just, at that point, I was like, wow, I
think they've made it easier today. Today, it's easier to convert to Judaism than it was 10 years ago. The rabbis have gotten less rabbinic, I guess. I like the word rabbinic.
In Israel, I did some business in Israel, which was kind of ironic because you hear things on the news, and I did a tour. I did Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, Dubai, UAE, Turkey, and Israel, all in 5 days, which is crazy that you're in the Middle East one day and then you're out in Israel the next day. And I was just like really blown away how cool Israel is, and Tel Aviv, and how beautiful. I didn't get a chance to get to Jerusalem yet.
And you're going to love my script. My script is all about Hamisher Jews, old Jews of years ago in the 1940s, Jews that cooked, Jews that were mothers and family people with wonderful senses of humor, and Jewish people who had clever ways of putting things. It's a wonderful script. I'm going to send it to you, seriously. I'm not like kidding around. And you may like it, and you may give me my $500,000, and then I could marry you.
Yeah, you can marry
By the way,
him.
will you sign a prenup, Ron?
Absolutely. I don't want your money. I want you.
And the 500,000 for the record, and the 500.
I have my own money. I don't need your money. But you're so cute. I could be in love with you in like 2 minutes. So I want to get there. How many girls meet you and faint and want to be your husband, your wife?
Your husband.
I don't know about faint. But ironically, I used to have a speech impediment growing up. Like I had a French Canadian accent, I had a speech impediment. So nobody wanted me growing up. It's kind of funny. Once I became successful, at the age of 24, like my stutter went away, my confidence grew. So as you become more successful, it's very interesting how people now treat me much different than I did when I first started, because I was the ultimate loser in high school. I mean, my whole life people said I wouldn't make it. And
Get out of here.
People think like the version I am here is how I was there. Clearly not. I mean,
what is it? What I don't understand. What is it you do for, like, you launder money or something? What do you
didn't
do?
let him talk about it yet.
I can't, because I'm so involved with who he is. I own
a lot of companies. So I own a lot of companies.
What do you do? What do you own?
A lot of companies.
A
lot of companies. A lot of real estate.
Like how many companies?
Over 60 companies and brands.
Oh, well, you a catch. Oh my God!
Hang on.
Wait a minute. If you ever intend to get married, you must let me meet this broad. I will interrogate her and find out if she's after your money or your good looks.
We'll do it on the show here live. Like Ron.
Absolutely.
That'd be great. Oh my God! Then you'd see what it'd be like as a father.
Are you in here for the money? You're goddamn right I am. I'm in here.
No, I would simply say to her, listen up, bitch. I know a lot of people in Brooklyn, and if you work this guy over, you're finished. They'll cut your tits off and you'll have them for shoulder pads.
So hold on. That's why
I think that might get
let's let him talk now.
All right.
To talk. So really, tell
I
everybody,
just love
in the chat room they're all talking about now everybody's going to look at different websites. First of all, tell everybody what's the best website to go to, and then tell everybody a little bit about what you do, because you do a lot of different cool things.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and so I started off doing real estate, and then from then I got my own radio show, which 3 people were listening to. But it was interesting because I was so persistent on getting guests. And I got Senator McCain just by accident because I was at this function. Senator McCain was there, and he gets on my show. There's 3 people listening, by the way. And he goes, this is how he starts off the show. How you doing, punk JT? Called me punk. And he's just like making fun of me. Like, I was like, this is a United States Senator. I didn't know. And so he was
Are you kidding? I would have told him to go fuck himself. You should have said, fuck you.
Listen, he had a good sense of humor, which sometimes you don't know. So he had a good sense of humor. And it's interesting because once I got him, then I was able to get the Speaker of the House. Because the assumption is if this person's on, well, there must be something to it, right? So as you guys know, once you get a guest, it becomes easier sometimes. And so it just kind of blew up from there. And then, I started speaking like in America. And then next thing you know, I speak in 54 countries. I do business in 54 countries. I have clients in 104. And now I'm
going to throw up. I'm vomiting. I'm going to throw up from you. I can't believe. How the fuck did you do all of this? And you're 40 years old?
Yeah, I mean, like I started with $974. I went down to negative 34,000. But the same thing.
You started at 12 years old? What age did you start making money?
I made my first million at 24. I started at 24.
Oh my God, your first million. Jimmy, you suck.
But it's like, here's the thing too. The reason why your show, and you said this before inadvertently, everybody comes in and they want to start a show hypothetically, and they think they're gonna get rich and famous overnight, and if people listen, they're not working it. You said it yourself, 9 years of doing this day in, day out. It's about consistency. It's about, and you're right, getting guests is hard. You got to work it. Yeah. And so that's what people don't understand is, everybody wants to be successful now and everybody wants to be famous overnight, but nobody wants to put the work. And I always say short-term sacrifices for long-term benefits. So when you say you've been working this for 9 years and people come in and say, I want what you want. Yeah. Are you willing to make the sacrifice? Are you willing to do the time? Because, the first show, 2 people were listening, 3 people, and you have to grow an audience. And then you have to be consistent. You have to be creative. You have to push the envelope. You have to be entertaining. You have to be funny. You have to keep getting great guests. That's a whole production, and then.
Well, I always say, it's difficult getting to be number one. But it's far more difficult staying number one.
Agreed.
Because you really have to, you're your own competition. with guests like you and the way you are today only embellishes our show. I want to thank
everybody loves you. Everybody's calling you Christian Grey in the chat room. They're all calling you Christian.
I've heard that before. I've heard that before. That's when
I think
they're calling him Christian Grey. Do you know who Christian Grey is?
I don't give a shit who he is, but he looks like him. He's lucky. But I mean, I think
from the movie about the guy who has sex with the people. He's super rich and he finds a girl. Oh yeah, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, you're better.
You're like Christian
you're better
Grey.
looking than he is.
I'm not talking about looks, but
I didn't really like that movie. To be honest with you, I didn't like that movie. Like, it didn't really do it.
I didn't either.
It was stupid. It was a lousy script.
We took my father, who was like 80 something years old, because we were staying with him in Florida, and my dad saw it, and he was on his way of debilitating health, and he was like, "What a piece of trash!" He was like, "I can't believe you took me to this."
It wasn't even trash. It was like make believe trash. It wasn't real trash. I know real trash.
It was forced. It was like they were trying to force feed the book down your throat. It didn't really resonate.
It was just boring. Who gave a shit?
So you have a show too, though. Now, is it still called the JT Fox Show?
Yeah. I put it on my platform, Millionaire Flix, because I have a very large platform. We have so many people around the world that listen. So I'm able to self-contain. If they go to millionaireflix.com, they can listen. But I've had Pacino, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, like some of the biggest names, Michael Douglas, Vince Vaughn. So I've had a lot of big names on my show, but also at my conferences. And I always say, I always do a serious interview, and then I always end with a money shot. Like, if people go to my Instagram, I got John Travolta to sing Grease. So if you guys check out my Instagram, JT Fox Official, I got John Travolta to sing Grease. I got Michael Douglas to recreate the Fatal Attraction last scene. I got Rocky IV. Like, I recreated, literally recreate Vince Vaughn, your money, and on money, like the swingers thing. So, because you'll understand, what makes a show, and you guys obviously have the secret recipes, that you have to be memorable. And people don't remember what you say. They remember how it made it feel when they watched it, whatever it is, whether it's laughing or doing something out of the ordinary. And that's what people don't understand. You got to have the it factor, which is why I think your show is so popular, because both of you have the it factor. And that's what makes it interesting. And so anybody can just do a show and interview people, because there's plenty of those.
Please. I've been on some shows where they've interviewed me, and I said to Jimmy, they got to be kidding. I mean, they look like shit. They had sweatshirts on, their hair all askew. The set was horrible. And they didn't ask me any questions, so I took their show over. I had to, otherwise I would have killed myself. And I just did nonstop talking about all the movie stars of golden Hollywood years that I knew. From Jane Russell was my best friend. Jane and I used to hang out, as well as a lot of stars. And I took the show over because I knew this moron was going to ask me the most boring questions and make me look a fool.
Hang on, I want to go back to that, though. So you guys, because he said that he did it all like nonchalant, like it's not a big deal, but it's actually a really big deal. So the JT Fox Show and his seminars and stuff that he does are some of the people that have attended and he's interviewed. I'm going to do it a little slower so people actually get it, because it's like a really big deal. Mark Wahlberg, Sylvester Stallone, Al Pacino, Michael Douglas, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Vince Vaughn, Calvin Klein, Donna Karen, Steve Wozniak, Dolph Lundgren, Moira Forbes, Christy Brinkley, Bethany Frankel, Jewel, Bret Michaels, Gene Simmons. I mean, these aren't just B-movie, shitty, people. These are people that are all at the top of their, chosen professions. And so when he said it all nonchalantly, because he's very humble. He's not really. I mean, he should be like, yeah, I'm
Who's
the fucking
humble?
shit. Him.
It's cute. Shit, what are you?
So he's
handsome.
So and you guys can see a lot of
very sexy.
His Twitter, really. You guys, is at JT Fox, and Fox has 2 X's, so it's JTFOXS, and his Instagram is JT Fox Official. And follow him. He doesn't follow anybody back, so don't worry about that. Just follow him for great content.
I follow him all over.
Yeah, you don't want my haters. So I got enough haters. I got stalkers and crazy people. So they go out of the way. So I'm protecting other people. So,
well, if I had 2 wishes, they would be that I was 25 and you were gay, and we met. Because you are absolutely my type. I never liked sloppy men. I never liked fat men. I always liked handsome men that dressed well. When I met Jimmy, I lowered my standards a little, but
yeah. Actually,
I know you're my type. When Jimmy used to say to me, "What's your type?" I'd say Cary Grant, or you. You're the on that. You're so well dressed, so well behaved, so well spoken.
and funny.
I could have wore another tie. By the way, here you're gonna appreciate this. This is
No, I like the one you have.
the JT Fox tie. You'll appreciate it. I have my own tie brand.
Oh, good for you.
Of course you do.
Where do people go to get a JT Fox tie?
I mean, I used to sell at all my events and clients, stuff like that. It's just interesting enough. If you ship it these days, anywhere in the world, you spend more in shipping. Like, for example,
yes,
to ship a book to the UK costs me like more money than actually the book itself now.
Yes.
Now listen, I'm going to ask you a very important question. I spoke to Johnny Mathis. You know who he is? Johnny Mathis, the singer. Okay. And I said to Johnny, "Do you miss the humble years?" And Johnny said, "Absolutely." Doris Day said the same thing. She missed the humble years. So did Lauren Bacall. So I'm going to ask you, do you miss any of the humble years?
Well, I'll say my life before COVID was on the road 324 days out of the year, almost a different country every day, inspiring people, doing deals in business, hotels and planes and stuff like that. And it's going to be a year Friday that I was on stage, 5,000 people, Arnold Schwarzenegger in Edmonton, Canada. And like people say, why do you work so hard? Like, why do you like go all the time, different countries? And I always said, you never know when it can end. That was always my theory, right?
Oh, please, you got millions and millions of dollars.
Well, but you never know when it could end, meaning that.
Oh, it never ends when you have that kind of.
No, he's talking about life.
Oh, your life is no. Okay. You're a young man. You're not
or the business, or the business.
But the pandemic ended everything, their way of life,
yes.
And so it did end in a way. And so I've been home, and to be honest with you, like. I feel like after you've been to 54 countries, I mean, there's a few countries like Korea that I wanted to go to, Luxembourg, Hungary and Romania, those places, because I hadn't been. But like, I feel like I'm at peace that I saw the world and I've been very blessed. And I was just been like thinking like how different was my life, like the way it was. But I think if it hadn't been for the pandemic, like I was starting not to like it anymore. Because you get it like different hotels every night, like you're mentally drained.
Horrible. I know that life. I toured for years. I hated it.
Yeah. And so, but there's also another thing I say is like before the pandemic, as I became more successful, I started saying no to more things. No, I won't do this. No, I won't go there. No, I won't. So you're saying no. And now I find myself, and you know what, when you say no to things, you miss out on things. And so now I find myself to saying yes a lot more. I think I have a whole new appreciation for the world. It's sad when you go to the store and everybody's wearing a mask. It's sad that people see each other and they walk. And it may be different in other places, but at least where I'm at, that's kind of the way it is. I think for me is that I think I took the world for granted. I took my freedoms for granted. And so now I think I have a much more appreciation for life. So do you want to go here? Yes. So
my question to you was, you didn't give me my answer. Do you miss the humble years? Humble years were before you made your big money, when you were just a regular guy, a Joe, trying to make a living, walking the streets, not being recognized, not having all the luxuries you have. When you lived a simple life, do you miss it?
I don't miss it.
Me neither.
Because
you got to be stupid to miss it.
I hated being broke. I hated being sick and tired. I hated not being respected.
Me too.
And you know what? I was a nobody. And now I have the power to, like, if I was a nobody, I wouldn't be on the show. I wouldn't be having fun. I wouldn't have this, like, when's the last time you had a nobody on the show just because there were nobodies, right? So, I'm on here because I provide value and they see it. But I think when you're somebody, you have the opportunity to make an impact and to help make somebody's life better. And in your case is to make people smile, to get them away however long the show is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, if you were to design the woman that you would like to spend your life with, what would she be like?
They'd look like you, except longer hair.
Oh my God! I just had a fucking heart attack. Oh my God.
That's so funny too, because his daughter sent this thing earlier today.
Show him my drink.
Okay, his daughter sent this thing earlier today where she did an app. It's called Face App or something, where you can make yourself look like what you would look like as a man. And so he wanted to see what he was going to look like as a woman. But hang on, I'll find it.
I worked for 42 years to make a living in drag as Jane Russell.
In straight clubs.
In straight clubs, not gay places, all straight supper clubs. For years I worked. That's why I toured. And this is what I looked like.
Hang on, let's see if we can get it. You can kind of see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Whoa. That's interesting. Yeah, I can see it. That's
Not bad. So if I would have met you back then, maybe I could have fooled you for a while.
Yeah, for the first couple hours.
And I could have stolen a few kisses.
I would have found out pretty quick. So I would have found out pretty quick.
You're one of those guys with hand trouble, huh?
They're like, what are those?
No, so let's go back. Okay, so you have a book because I want to like promote for people to like. First of all, where do people go to find out? Where's the best places to send them for them to find out more about you? Where do you like
JTFox2x.com, JTFox2x.com. They can see my website. They can see me on the big stages. They can see some funny. You can also check out a lot of my videos on YouTube and my Instagram. Send me an Instagram. Tell me what you think of the show here and my appearance on the show. But love to connect. So it's been a great time.
I'm going to watch your
And
show.
he has a book too called Millionaire Underdog. Where do people get your book?
They go to JTFox.com. They see it there. Or they go to millionaireunderdog.com. How I basically started, scaled, and grew any business. But not here to promote anything. I'm just here to have fun and to be part of this amazing.
Yeah, you don't need another nickel. Trust me. Jimmy, I'm in a comic book that people can purchase, and the comic book is hilariously funny because we went to a insane asylum that was abandoned for 35 years. And in order to get in, because the police wouldn't let us, we had to go up a chain link fence. Now, Eileen Shapiro has a chest that's like 52D or something, triple D, the biggest boobs you ever saw in your life. And she's climbing the chain link fence. Well, she threw her boobs over the fence and became caught by her boobs. So there she is, her body's hanging on one side of the chain link and these enormous breasts on the other side. And she's yelling at me, saying, "Ron, help me. I am doubled over, hysterical, laughing. I can't even move. I'm paralyzed," because it was the funniest thing I ever saw. Well, guess what? The guy that did the comic book, he put that in.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So it's a funny comic book.
Everybody loves you.
Have you ever been in a comic book?
I can't say I am. I was at a soap opera in Africa playing myself. That was a highlight.
Oh, that's cool.
What else haven't you done? I mean, come on. How are you sexually? Are you good sexually?
I've done a lot. What?
Well, wait, sexually, are you good, as experienced as you should be, or are you like shy?
Okay, so first of all, like, who's gonna say no? No, I'm not. Are you a good kisser? I'm like a turtle. You know, you know what I mean?
I love you. I absolutely love you.
Do you have a high sex?
Funny guy.
Man, it's flat. I got nothing going on. Are you good in bed? Man, I last a minute and I'm done. You know, who's gonna admit to that? Even if I was.
I got news for you. We're going to have such reviews tomorrow about you. People are going to love and adore you. You're coming back. Oh, yeah, you're coming back because, I'm having a good time. I think you're a great guy. And all the flirting.
Even though Jimmy tried to keep us apart.
Well, impossible.
Now you can be together.
We're meant for each other. No, all the gay jokes and all the stuff I do is all fun and humor. I love Jimmy, and I would never, I don't really see beyond.
The Sheridan loves you, though.
Yeah, I love him. I really love you. How could Jimmy think that I wouldn't like you? That stupid bastard. I mean,
well,
really.
He said you were like super tough, and you don't like that. I mean, I was like.
No. Well, are you telling all the guests this?
I don't tell everybody, but he's out of our wheelhouse.
Well, don't tell anybody.
I don't tell people that.
No one is, because it's not true.
If they're in entertainment, I don't tell them that. And he is kind of an entertainer, but the first time I talked to him, I didn't know that much.
Mary, you must never, ever tell anyone that. Anyone. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Well, they're not going to come on. I just came on just to see. I'm like, yeah, you don't like me? Let me see. And then it turns out that
I love you. You're coming back. You're funny.
I mean, I was shocked the first 12 minutes I was watching. I couldn't stop watching. And I called the CEO. I'm like, what's going on in the background? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm gonna have some fun. You know what I mean? I was like,
we're having
let me talk about the social political issues in third world countries and how it's affecting the globalization as it relates to the monetary policy.
That'll never happen.
Yeah, so.
So do you actually watch TV? Like we just watched a great show called Hunters. Do you ever watch TV? And what kind of TV shows do you like?
I like I watch like a lot of Netflix or like Amazon Prime. Like I kind of like Chicago Fire, the Chicago Med, Chicago PD, just because like it's in Chicago and I know where they shoot.
Chicago. I love Chicago PD.
I just finished watching Vikings, which I'm fascinated with Vikings and stuff like that.
His daughter loved that too.
I love Suits. I'm like Harvey Specter. I actually had him and he played me at Harvey Specter. So, I missed I like Blue Bloods. I don't know why, like with Tom Selleck, it's
I
kind of like
love
the
Blue Bloods.
family component of it, the dinners. It's like every family's dream until it happens to you type of thing. You know, they just make it seem like
I love Blue Bloods.
I
We
worked-
watched a really good show on Netflix. If you haven't seen it yet already, you'll probably like it. It's called I think it was called I Care a Lot.
I don't remember.
I think it's called I Care a Lot. It was #1 on Netflix for several days in a row, and it's the lady, she won the Golden Globe for Best Actress for being in it, and basically it's she's like finds old people who don't have any family, and she gets them committed and takes over gets them committed into old folks' homes and takes their. I know, but it's in the preview.
It's in the preview.
And then she basically sells off all their properties and stuff and takes all their money. But it's an excellent movie.
Excellent. Now, I worked a club in Chicago many years ago. It was a straight club. It was a supper club. Fabulous, gorgeous, big chandeliers. I mean, it was the most elegant club, and I can't remember the name, but it was in the bad part of Chicago, like State Street, somewhere down where the subway, with the trellises upstairs, you know.
the South Side.
Yeah, and the neighborhood was really rough, but it was a beautiful club. I played that club a few times. I enjoyed Chicago. I went one time in January because they gave us a shitty booking, and I told I was a star and I had other queens that work with me, and I said, girls or boys, it's going to be freezing there, so make sure you bring all good clothes. And they brought like spring jackets or whatever. Well, it was a January not to be believed. I remember getting off the plane and leaving the airport. I died. My feet just turned to crystals. So cold. How do you deal with that cold?
I mean, I'm not there right now, so I don't deal with that. But when you're traveling as much, like they had a bad winter this year, so I just kind of rotate between the three places, and it just, you get used to it. I mean, I jump into cold plunge in the water and stuff like that. I mean, I don't like,
you go in water like cold.
Like sometimes you have you go in the cold water and then you jump in the hot tub or the steam room, like that shock your body there, like the really cold water.
Not me.
Where in Florida are you?
West Palm.
Oh, that's where I grew up. Okay,
yeah,
I went to Forest Hill High School, Palm Beach Public.
I was
there forever.
I lived in Boca, and I used to go to West Palm all the time, up to the Breakers. I used to love the Breakers. That's a nice lunch. A lunch at the Breakers was fabulous.
Yeah, very expensive. Quickest way to go broke. The Breakers will break your wallet. That's for sure.
It depends on how you order. If you order water and a slice of bread, it's not that much.
The buffet they have on Sunday is like just phenomenal.
Yes. I remember.
So where did you say? So you said Chicago, Florida, and where was the third place that you go?
Nashville.
Oh, I love Nashville.
I love Nashville too.
Nashville's fabulous.
Tennessee
has a great tax credit for movies. Okay.
Very in place. I know so many people from California that are moving to Nashville because
Chicago.
You could get a gorgeous house for like $300,000. That would be in LA $2 million.
Yeah, well, for $2 million, you can get a 10,000 square foot home. So, which is, and by the way,
we live in Palm Springs, and I got to tell you,
no state tax too. So,
oh, that's nice too.
Yeah, but we live in Palm Springs, and I got to tell you, I mean, we paid a lot for our house, and if we moved to where we want to move, Las Vegas, not Las Vegas. The state of Nevada. What we paid for this house, we could get a mansion in Nevada.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. By the way, I got a meeting in 2 minutes. You guys still need me or?
No, we're ready to go. At 1 o'clock, our next guest is coming anyway. So you guys, this is JT Fox. He's very, very cool. His Twitter is at JT Fox with 2 X's. His Instagram is JT Fox Official. We want to thank you for coming on. It was a blast. We had a really good time. Thank you for being a good sport, and wish you the best in everything you do.
You're definitely coming back. I'm inviting you now.
Anytime. You guys are absolutely amazing. There was a lot of confusion about the time today, and I remember I was like, "Well, what time is it supposed to be?" And they're like, "This." I'm like, "But your schedule is." I'm like, "Move the damn thing. I don't want to get upset at me. Like, just move it." I was like, "Why can't we move this?" They're like, "You hate moving schedules." I'm like, "But I don't want Ron to be mad at me. I don't even know him."
You know what?
This worked out perfect.
I could never ever be mad at you, no matter what you did. Even if
unless you didn't know me, you'd be like, "Who is this guy? Look at him. He's an asshole." suit
No,
and tie.
you're a sweetie pie. You're far from anybody I would just
And
like.
tell everybody thanks for working the whole thing out. We appreciate it, and good
I'm
luck with
just
the next
glad I
one.
made it. By the way, thank you to Eileen. Ron, you're the man. Someday there'll be a statue out there with you and a microphone. So I see
There you
it.
go.
Naked.
By the way, the following person should have a full disclosures. Please listen at your own risk.
Yes.
We apologize for Ron in advance. Thank you.
All right, JT. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You guys are amazing. See you next time.
JT, stay well, stay happy, stay forever. What a terrific guest. Oh, my God.
Loved him. He's
and
adorable.
He is so friggin' good looking. He is adorable. I wish my daughters were younger. He is really, I mean, what a catch.
Everybody's trying to fix him up with Goddess because Goddess joined us in the middle of
all of that. What a fix. What a catch.
Hey, Goddess. You got to love it. So also, you guys, let's do a little ad. You can listen to our show live Wednesdays on W4CY Radio, our home station. We're also on K4 HD Radio in LA, Jackalope Radio in St. Louis, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audio Boom, Podomatic, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spreaker, Apple TV, Podbean, Spotify, and Pandora. And on TV, you can watch us on YouTube and Comcast. So it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. And I want to thank everybody for continuing to share our Apple Podcast links because we're trying to get on the Apple Podcast charts. And what a great guest. That was a lot of fun.
I so enjoyed him, and handsome as hell, and rich, and in his suit. Oh, my God, what a girl could want.
That's funny.
I mean, I bet you every girl in that chat, I bet you everybody that was in the chat room, well, even the married ones were saying, why didn't I get him? I mean, a catch like that, handsome, with a beautiful body and a beautiful dresser with millions and millions of dollars. Oh, my, I almost get a sex change for him if I were younger.
Also, you guys, watch the JT Fox show tomorrow. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I believe. Eileen's going to be on it.
Are you going to be on Fox's show, Eileen? Wear a low-cut top.
I'm not going to be. Eileen's going to, yes.
No,
whenever he does his show. I think it's on Millionaire Flix platform. So it's millionaireflix.com.
Yeah, Eileen, show the cannons. You never know.
Also, you guys, tomorrow, March 4th, is Fan Room Live with Leland Sklar, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, hosted by the fabulous Sherry Nelson. So please go to fanroomlive.com, get your tickets for the meet and greet to meet Leland Sklar, and take pictures and go back in the backstage online with and everything. It's a lot of fun. So it's fanroomlive.com tomorrow, Leland Sklar, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be a blast. There's so many messages. Everybody's like sending me all these like messages. But everybody loved JT Fox, and we loved him. I'm glad you guys all liked him too. A lot of people joined us.
And everybody out there, don't you think it was horrific what Jimmy said about me to him? That was not nice. I would never do that to Jimmy. I'm going to kill him after the show. I'm being placid now. But once the show is over, furniture's going to fly. He's going to go to a wall. I'm going to put his head right through the fucking wall.
He exaggerated quite a bit.
Not. Who did?
JT.
No, I know your mouth. You said to me before we went on the air, you're not going to like him. He's arrogant. And I said, no, he's not. He's sweet as hell. And he is sweet.
He's fabulous.
That's what I get. I get promo from my partner. Huh. Anyway, he's gorgeous. You're just jealous I fell in love with him.
Oh, I'm not jealous.
If he were gay and liked old bags, I'd leave you right now and be with him.
Thank you. That's nice.
Well, because look at him. He's gorgeous and rich and smart and funny. And wow, I didn't know men came like that anymore. Why can't my daughters find something like that? I think my daughters are looking for something like that. That's why they can't find anybody.
That's right.
Because most men are morons.
We didn't say, there's a lot of people in the chat room we didn't say hi to. We have Teresa Saban is in there. Goddess joined us. B. Claudia. I don't know what 8 p.m. your time is, Claudia. 8 p.m. Eastern time for Leland Sklar. Who else joined us? Angela Joseph, which I think, Dave Hughes joined us in the chat room.
Angie, baby, kisses.
Let's see. A whole bunch of people joined us.
Oh, Angie. I want to thank you very much for liking what I wrote about my movie. I'm very disappointed that so many people I know and have worked with have ignored my posts. I don't know if they didn't get them or if they got them and they're jealous. I don't know what the story is. But so many people that I know so well, good friends, are not supporting me with this movie. And I have supported everyone's film, and you know that. So you know what I'm saying? People are not nice.
Angie's fabulous.
Angie's good. Angie right away came on and liked to make comment.
Teresa says she loves our hairstyles. That's mostly yours. Mine's
Yeah,
the same as
I
always.
wore my hair like this all my life. Sometimes I cut it where it goes up. When I wear it up and crazy, everybody says I look like Tony Curtis. And I say, Tony Curtis when? Before he died or when he was young? Because when I was young, in my 19 and 20s, I looked like him. And then they say now I look like him, but I know Tony.
They want to know what's on your shirt. Pineapples.
Pineapples. And it's a pistachio, my favorite color. I love pistachios. My gorgeous color green. And it's got yellow pineapples and kind of other crap floating on it. I love this shirt. It's a happy shirt.
It is a happy shirt. It's a lot of fun.
Very happy shirt.
So
now, what are we going to do now that Felicia's not coming on?
Well, Dave's coming on.
I know. So Dave's going to have to swing the whole interview.
Like he can't swing an interview.
Oh, Dave is wonderful.
He's like so fabulous.
Everybody, all you girls and gay guys, the guy that's coming on now is hot and cute and sexy with a gorgeous body.
It's like an all gay. It's an all hot dude day.
No, I worked with him. You know, so we were in dressing rooms together.
It's an all hot dude day, though. So we really.
I have information on him that you would be thrilled to know about. But anyway, he's a sweetie pie, and I really like this guy a lot.
They said we should just shoot the breeze while we're waiting for Dave,
yes.
So that works. So we watched.
Well, I want to tell a story about him.
Okay.
I had trouble on a set with my director, and I was being bamboozled and hurt and insulted and upset tremendously. So I walked off the picture, and he was the only one that stuck up for me and told other people the real story of what happened. And for that, I'm forever his friend.
That's right. He's fabulous. Dave Sheridan, you guys
Dave
know him?
Sheridan is a
doofy.
Good,
he was doofy.
He's got a wife that has a physical problem, and he takes care of his wife like she was a goddess, a dream. And he works hard.
He works his ass off.
He works his ass off. He raises his children because his wife is incapacitated. He is a genius and a sweetie pie of a guy, and so handsome.
And you guys, Felissa Rose, and one reason why we're having Felissa and Dave come on the show today is because they're doing a fan room live on Sunday, March 7th, which is this Sunday. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. It's fanroomlive.com to get tickets, and you'll get to meet and talk with both Felissa and Dave. And then if you buy the backstage, you can go back and get to ask them questions and all kinds of stuff. So please check it out. It's fanroomlive.com. Get the tickets for Felissa Rose, phenomenal scream queen, Dave Sheridan. They've both been in tons of movies together. They're both superstars. They're a lot of fun. And
yeah, but I wish she would come on the show because, you know, the show goes on. Even if you're sick, vomiting, snots are rolling out of your nose, your eyes are blurry, you go on.
Yeah, but beautiful women don't do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's okay. If you're a trooper, I'm surprised that she's not coming on. I'm a little upset about it.
That's okay.
No, really, because, you know, it screws us up. You know, give us notice. Give us a week's notice so we could replace you.
No, she didn't know she was sick.
Well, how sick is she? What is she dying?
I don't know, 3 days. She said she's been sick.
What is she? I hope she doesn't have COVID.
I don't know, but we can't worry about any of that.
You know, she's an Italian broad from Jersey. Those broads are tough. Felissa's no wimpy Violet. She's a very tough woman. If you know her, she's strong. She's powerful. So whatever it is that's got it has to be really bad.
And we're going to ask us ladies here.
We're going to ask.
Oh, Dave is here though, so we're going to let him in.
We're going to ask Dave what she's got.
We're going to let him in anyway. Hello.
I thought you had a beard.
No, my wife's upstairs. Ron,
he's gonna spit all over himself
Ron,
now.
Ron, look at these. Look at this. I just got out of the shower for you, Ron.
He's gonna spit all over himself now.
Well, I look like something from Venice.
Oh, I think that is funny. You are so
the beard upstairs. He lost his headphones and everything. I mean, Dave.
You're destroyed.
Who was the one? Who was the guy?
You destroyed me.
Marissa Hargitay. What was her dad's name? The bodybuilder. He married the one that Marissa Hargitay.
Mariska Hargitay's father.
Who?
Mariska Hargitay. Who's her father?
Yeah, he was Mickey Haggerty.
Yeah, Mickey. Yeah.
Jane Mansfield's husband.
That's right. Right. He was Muscle Beach. He was Muscle Beach. with
That's
all those
right.
things.
You are hysterical.
They loved it though. Everybody in the chat room is like, oh my god, he showed us his like chest. They're all freaking out and like.
I have news for you.
everything about it.
You know, as I said earlier, I was in a movie with him, and he changed. I mean, nothing really bad, but he changed in front of me. And this guy's got a beautiful body, and he's got a beautiful face, and he's a beautiful person. And
let's introduce him.
And everybody that sees him should understand
he's fabulous.
that what's inside of him is really what counts. And I love him because, as I said, he stuck up for me in a movie where I was being brutalized by some people, ageist shit. And he came to my rescue and told the truth. And for that, I will always be his buddy and at his side, no matter what happens with him. And guess what? I'm putting you in my movie.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't discuss it now. It's a good part. You'll like it.
Okay, good.
So hang on, let's introduce him.
I'm going to tell you.
Am I playing the young Ron?
No,
you're going to Ron Wilson story.
No, we're going to have to age you because you're a little bit because you're playing the head of the mafia.
Ooh,
the mafia boss, and I know you could pull it off because I saw you when you did Rat with me and how you behaved with the toothpick, and it was wonderful. So that's why I said, yes, you could play the boss. It's good. You have a lot of pages, so I hope you remember, not like me. I mean, you've got paragraphs this big.
Oh, he has no problem.
A lot of speech.
He makes 50 movies a year. He has no problem.
No, I know. But, I wear an earplug now, so I'm going to be brilliant in this movie because I get all my lines right.
All right, so hold on.
I should get one of those. I should be allowed to get one of those, too.
I don't think you need it.
Yeah, you don't need it. You're like a superstar.
You're good. You do your lines.
It's like the Cyrano, it's the what is that? Cyrano
de Dvorak. Yeah.
Yeah. It's but we're getting our lines read, but we get them backwards, and I'm saying your lines and you're saying mine, and it's just a mess.
Oh my God! But everybody loves your hair too. They were like, "What great hair!" Hey, everybody, let's introduce him. Hey, everybody! Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented and super cool Dave Sheridan. Hello, and welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me. Thank you.
We're excited to have you on. The chat room is filled with people. Give a quick shout out to Angela Joseph.
Hey, Angela! I love that name, Angela.
There you go. And Dawn Hinton, who every time we have a guest coming on the show, she posts on Facebook what movie she's watching ahead of time. So she watched something of yours last night. So give a shout out to Dawn.
Oh, thank you, Dawn. Thank you for watching something.
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah, something.
I think that was it was a love story. Something of mine. I remember that one. I was dying. I was in a wheelchair on a beach. That's all I remember about it.
Now, Dave, do me a favor, Dave. Take the hat off. And pull the camera closer so the girls can see your face.
Okay. How's that?
Look how handsome he is. Is that
just got out. There you go. I got out of the shower. I literally was showering for you guys because I was doing yard work.
Well,
that's good.
You wouldn't smell. But girls, plug in your vibrators. Look at how cute.
So you wouldn't smell. That's freaking like Aramis.
Look how.
Hold on, Ron.
What?
In your vibrator. Don't most of them have batteries nowadays? I mean, I know you're a little old, but that's an iron. You're thinking of an iron. I think you plug an iron.
No. The Rabbit you can get with a cord or with batteries. It depends on how long it takes the chick to come. If she takes a long time to come, she uses a wire plugged in. If she's a fast comer, she uses a battery.
Oh my God, they're all talking about how gorgeous you are, though. So that's what we're excited.
I want them to know how gorgeous he is because it's going to be in my movie.
I've never been with a woman. I don't know. I mean, I've been with a woman, but I don't. What I mean is, no woman I've been with needs toys like that because they've got this boy toy.
That's right.
That's Italian. That's sexy.
Yeah.
But a lot of women like vibrators when their husbands aren't or boyfriends aren't around. They get in the mood. They're in the kitchen. They open the drawer. They put the vibrator on. They lean against it while they're cutting cucumber, and they get happy.
That's good.
So, Dave, what are you in? What are we going to see you in?
I think that's why I always have my phone on vibrate, and I never answer.
Right. It's in your pocket. Listen, what are you in now that we should see?
Well, the next movie that's going to come out is it's called Stone Cold Killers, and you guys, I met you guys for the first time on that film. You came to the set and did an interview in the trailer. Remember? It was
originally filmed under Killer Rose, right? Is that the one?
Right.
Yes. Right. Is it Stone Cold Killers or because I wrote down Cold Blooded Killers?
Oh, yes, it is Cold Blooded Killers. I always get that and Stone Cold Ice Cream mixed up. You're right. I'm not joking. I do. I don't know why.
Oh my! I think that's like so. You guys, cold-blooded killers.
Cold Stone Ice Cream and cold-blooded killers.
I'd love to meet you when you're 80.
So you guys, cold-blooded killers. We actually went on the set and met everybody and interviewed a bunch of people. That's where we first met Dave. When he didn't look anything like he looks now at all.
Yeah, you're right. It's a great role. I played.
Weren't you a biker?
I was the main bad guy, and I had a mohawk and big
mohawk and big mutton chops.
I remember.
I had tattoos on my hands, my knuckles. Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
So you guys, cold-blooded killers stars Dave Sheridan, Felissa Rose, Caroline Williams is in it, Judson Mills, Gabrielle Stone, Brink Stevens, Ricky Dean Logan, Jan Birch, Vincent Ward, Nicole Sinaglia, and a bunch of other people. But those are the ones that I think
How come I'm
most
not
notable.
in it? Everybody I know is in it with me.
I know. Well, they shot it before anybody knew who you were.
Everybody knows who I am.
I didn't know you guys. I would have put you in it for sure.
I'm sure you would. Of course you would.
I'm putting you in the Cold Stone Ice Cream sequel.
Okay, good. Where we kill people by shoving ice cream down their throat.
Yeah,
and freeze
one
to death.
scoop at a time. One scoop at a time.
What do you want to tell people about it? I don't want to give away too much, so tell people whatever you think they need to know, and when do you think it's coming out? I know you said next month.
End of April, like end of April. So I don't have the date. I think the trailer will be coming out in the next couple weeks. I've seen the trailer. It's great, and it's Felissa and I do a lot of horror movies. When she approached me on this one, she wanted to write something for herself that was challenging, and she had a director write a film that she had the idea for, which was her as kind of a Snake Plissken grindhouse assassin, sort of like a tough assassin chick. And she plays Killer Rose, and I'm her arch nemesis, Hank, and I run this roadhouse, and she killed my brother on a job. Like, she got paid to kill my brother, but business is business. So then I put a hit on her, and I put $2 million on her head, and I send 15 hitmen after her. And it's really about her getting to me, but she has to go through multiple hitmen and gauntlets, and
kind of like John Wick.
It's a lot like John Wick, but without the dick. So John Wick minus the dick.
John Wick. Well, I also want to approach Felissa. I wanted to play my daughter in my movie, and she'll play Lucia, who's 7 months pregnant, and she's got a good. I need a real strong Italian Brooklyn type, and she's Jersey. What difference? She could speak Brooklyn.
No, she's Long Island.
What Long Island? I thought she was Jersey.
I can't tell you what part of Long Island, but it's it's a nice part of Long Island. She's Long Island. I'm Jersey.
No, I think now I'm remembering she did say she was Long Island.
Ron's all New York. You're from Jersey for real?
I am. Yeah.
Where are you from in New Jersey?
All different places. Patterson, New Jersey. So like Bergen County, North Jersey.
Yes.
That area. And then also West Jersey, like out by like Phillipsburg, or like there's a town called Hampton or Clinton. It's on 78 that comes out from I think the Lincoln Tunnel.
We lived in Pennsylvania. We lived in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, which is
I'm originally
close.
born in Brooklyn, lived in Queens, and in later years lived on Long Island. And I think Felissa and I talked about that.
I like it. So I want to
I want to say something to you that to your face, that you are a remarkable man, a remarkable husband.
Thank you.
And a fantastic father. Mm-hmm. And my hat's off to you, because I raised 2 daughters alone, and I know what a job it was. And I know that you care for your family as a caregiver.
Yep.
And I just want to tell you that you're going to get such good luck the rest of your life because of what you do. No, you do bad, you get bad. You do good, you get good. Don't let anybody tell you different.
And everybody thinks you're going to be a great mobster.
Well, no, I just think he's a sweetheart of a guy. And I'm so happy to work with him again. I mean, it would be fun, because he's a very funny guy, offset, by the way. He never acts like, straight, normal, and boring. He's always got a joke or a crack to say. So he's good moral support in a film. When you work hard, like we're going to work on this film hard only because of the dialogue. I wrote it like a 1943 movie. So it's not a stupid killer movie where they die one by one, that shit. It's a real story with dialogue and moments of whatever. When you get the script, you'll know what I mean.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And
well, I wanted to see if a 1943 type movie would work today. That was another reason why I did it. We'll see.
I don't see why it wouldn't. And what a lot of people don't know about me is I love all the classic movies and stuff. That's really all I watch. We were on the airplane. I was just traveling for 14 days, and that's one of the reasons Felissa is she's tired as heck because we went for it, you know, and we had a great time. But we went to 2 conventions. We shot a film in between, so we were gone for 14 days nonstop, and on little it's like 3 hours of sleep for about 10 days, 3 hours each day. So, but we got on the airplane. It was Delta, and they have all these movies, all the new.
We lost your sound, Dave.
How'd that happen?
Oh, there we go. There you go. You're back.
You're back.
So you're on Delta, and you had all the new movies, and then you cut off.
Yeah. So I watched the one I chose to watch was it was Humphrey Bogart, and it was called The Treasure of Sierra Madre, and it was yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot.
Good film.
Yeah,
it was one of Bogart's favorites.
Was it? Okay.
Well, I knew Lauren Bacall, his wife.
Right.
And I asked Betty, whatever her name, Lauren, Betty, whatever, what were some of Bogey's favorite movies he loved? And that was one that she mentioned right away. And of course, he really didn't like Casablanca, but
right.
I think after he was in it and saw what it did, he liked it.
We had Monica Henry, though, on the show last week, who's Paul Henreid's daughter, and Paul Henreid is the second male lead in Casablanca, and he was also in
he played
Now Voyager. He was opposite Betty Davis in Now Voyager,
and he played opposite Ingrid Bergman in Casablanca. He played her husband. Those films are wonderful. I wrote it with the tempo of those films. Of course, I updated the acting. I didn't make it corny like they did.
Right.
It's very quick. It's very funny because everything is a punchline and a joke. So I want to make people laugh.
Good.
It's time that we have fun films. Feel-good films. And the other thing is I wanted to co-star with Lainey all my life. I know, as I said, I know Lainey for 30-something years, 40 years, whatever. And I've always wanted to work with her because she's, you know who she is, Lainey Kazan?
Yeah, of course.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yeah.
Okay. She's a brilliant comedian. She's wonderful.
So hang on. One thing, because I got to make sure we do a plug for this. So you guys, Dave and Felissa are doing Fan Room Live on Sunday, you guys. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. To get tickets, you go to fanroomlive.com. They're going to be on together. It'll be the two of them. You get to talk to them, hear them getting interviewed, ask questions, and all kinds of fun stuff. So please go get your tickets, fanroomlive.com. This Sunday, March 7th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, fanroomlive.com. And then I want to say,
hold on, can I say something on that Fan Room Live thing?
Absolutely.
I'm super excited because it's my first time doing something sort of more of an intimate virtual thing. Like here, you guys are hosting. On that, we're going to be able to interact with the fans like right away.
Yes.
And then I think there's a moment where they can go privately and talk to me or Felissa privately as well. So I think that's kind of neat too, because even at the conventions, when we're talking to fans, they're standing at a table and there's other people around. So they might not be able to say certain things, that they don't want other people to hear out loud and stuff like that. So, and this Fan Room Live, it's almost, you're
private,
able to
yes.
be one-on-one with us. So,
yes.
So what happens if a girl privately says to you, I want to go down on you?
Virtually? Like virtually though?
Well, no.
Oh yeah, it's all virtual.
I guess this is a phone. I can lower the phone a little.
No. Not if she says to you, I want to go down on you in the parking lot next to your car.
Next, wow, man, Paul. I don't know. That's too much.
You say,
wait,
you simply
it's a
say to
high-end
her,
grocery store parking lot. That's probably a better chance. I don't know.
No,
We're talking Walmart parking lot in the back. Yeah, I don't know.
You simply say to her, have finger, have joy. Goodbye.
That's yeah, that's funny. So also, you guys, and I don't even know if Ron knows this, but
What?
I want to say congratulations because you're in the Blind sequel, Pretty Boy.
That's
I'm
right.
very excited because we actually, for all the independent films that we get to go through, thought Blind was one of the best ones that
It was wonderful.
we got to see. And the Pretty Boy sequel you guys filmed during COVID. Marcel Walsh directs it, and it's you and Jed Rowan and Devaney Pinn and Maria Olsen and Robert Russler and Tyler Gallant and Sarah French. Everybody's been on our show but Robert Russler, who I would love to get on our show. And I think that number one, kudos and congratulations. I know you're not allowed to talk about it too much, but I think it's super exciting. I'm happy to see you in a film that we love so much.
And I hope 2 is as good as 1 because 1 was wonderful.
I think 2 is actually going to be better, and it's going to be setting up 3 because, and I can't give anything away, but my role is very intricate to all 3 of them. Like, even though I wasn't in the first one, you'll see it's sort of like you'll go, oh, this is the character that kind of sets the first one in motion, and then I play a bigger part in the third one as well. So
I love that because number one, I have to say, so since we just met you, a couple of years ago, and I knew who you were just because everybody's seen, all the Doofy. I mean, everybody knows Doofy. Like, there's a personal. Anybody who doesn't know Doofy's got to be like fucking living in a box. So I've always been a fan, and the fact that you get to do all the great comedic things. But every movie that you're in, even some of the ones that I'll say maybe aren't the best movies ever, you are like the highlight in every movie that you're in because you're so good.
You shine.
In all of them. You really shine.
You shine.
In the good ones you shine, and in the bad ones you shine.
Yeah. And just, if I have any fans out there, I don't know if I do, but that is
I'm sure you do.
It's one thing. As I was coming up, I've been doing this. I've been in the business for 30 years. So the one thing I noticed as the arc, there's ebbs and flows and there's career. But one thing I noticed about some older actors, and I'm going to consider myself an older actor. I am 52. So I've been around, and I noticed when other actors start to take not the best films, but they also don't do their best performance. They mail it in. I call it mailing it in. And the one thing about me is I can only control my own performance. I can only control me. I don't control the editing. I don't control the directing. I don't control the script.
Right.
So I look at it like I take the role for the role because I'm an actor. I'm not the director. I'm not the filmmaker. And all my job is to do the best in that role, to give that director and writer the best chance of making his best film. So as a team player, I go there and my job is to act, and I never mail it in. And whether the movie's bad or good, I hope people say, well, Dave was great in it and he tried.
I actually think that they do because I watch all the films. I've seen probably every film that you've been in, except for these ones that haven't come out yet. And I always notice that you do always stand out as someone who like really does a great job.
Thank
Me
you.
too. Me too.
Yes. So then
I stand out in my film.
So
You do stand out, but sometimes you're standing so far out you're not in frame anymore. But it's fine.
Well, there's no such thing.
They're
as a
actually
mark.
very happy about that. A lot.
But there's no such thing as a mark anymore. There's no marks. I was told by my director, walk over there and turn around. I said,
you can't use the word mark. It's gender specific. You have to say spot. Stand on that spot.
Please.
I'm
happy. I'm going to be in a Marcel Waltz's film when he gets it ready, called The Wedding.
Okay.
The Bride. And I'm excited to work with him.
Just to say, I've known Marcel for about 5 years, and this was the first one I finally was able to shoot a movie with him. And so I wouldn't say I was nervous. I don't get nervous, but I was curious. I'm always curious, especially since I've known him for so long. And that's pretty long in my business, 5 years. He's absolutely wonderful. I love him as a director and as a person. I already liked him as a person, so I was curious what it was going to be to work with him as a director, and he really fulfilled my expectations. I loved his, he's the kind of guy that just wants to be creative and wants to make you feel comfortable as an actor and let you go and bring your best work. So I'll work with him again anytime.
I think too. He got a really good cast for this one. Like, did you?
And he's also a very good friend of mine.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours too.
Very dear friend of mine.
Do you? How was Robert Russler? Was that the first film you've done with Robert Russler, or have you done other ones with him?
Yeah, no, that was the first one, and I didn't have scenes with him, so.
So you didn't get to really like hang out.
Yeah.
Robert Russler is the star of my favorite '80s film called Thrashin'. and it's a skateboarder film with him and Josh Brolin. And Brooke McCarter, and Brooke McCarter was a good friend of mine. And so, like, I loved that freaking, like, I know it's a cheesy, terrible movie, but if you were like a kid of the '80s and you were like a skateboarder, it was like a big deal film.
I have a whole bunch of skateboards in my garage right there. I go out skating every now and then.
I love that.
I was gonna paint the daggers because in that one it's the bad guys are the daggers.
Yeah, yes.
And it's very, and I just watched the West Side Story last week with my son because we're going through. Because you're gonna like this. I mean, we try to watch everything, so we're really getting down. It's moving into musicals now. It's moving into period piece stuff. But he's reading The Outsiders for school. You know that book, The Outsiders, and there's the movie. So I come into his bedroom and he's watching Grease. He's watching Grease, the musical, or the John Travolta one.
Yes.
And I go, oh, you're watching this? I love this movie. Why are you watching this? And he's like, well, we're reading Outsiders for school, and I got to do a book report on it. And I go, so why are you watching this? He goes, well, I couldn't find Outsiders on like Netflix, but this is the same thing. And I was like, no, it's not the same.
It's certainly not the same.
It's the same thing. So then we watched Grease, and then we watched West Side Story because again, I go, well, here's another one, and this was shot closer to the period. And this was actually like 1959, 61, so it was closer to the period of the period that they're playing. And I go, and then we watched that, and I go, yeah, they are kind of the same. You're right. Never mind. I was like, because Grease is a lot like, they're all. I said, just go ahead and write. They had greasy hair and jeans and leather jackets.
The Outsiders. That's like Pony Boy, right? That's like C. Thomas Howell, Patrick Swayze, and all those guys. Emilio Estevez. Everybody's in that movie. Yeah.
Now you're going to be in Joseph Kelly's movie Clowny.
So that is the Clown Motel sequel.
No,
that's a
different movie called Clowny.
No, he's not in that.
No, I think I might be
Yeah.
the voice.
I'm in that.
Oh, a voice. Okay.
No, I might be the voice of Clowny.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I had to go and look at the email. I think didn't they have something to do with Clown Motel though?
It's the same guy who did Clown Motel. Yes.
Yeah, he emailed me. I'm pointing over at my computer. He emailed me over there. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to hit him back yet because it was a voiceover. So I figured it's not something he needs. Like it wasn't immediate. He would have said, "Get back to me in a week."
Yes.
Right.
So instead of being on the film, I would just portray the killer's voice like I did in Scary Movie. I was the voice of Ghostface in that movie.
He already gave me my shooting
star. Oh, were you really I didn't know that you were the voice of Ghostface.
In the Scary Movies, not in Scream.
No, yeah. I know in the Scary Movie. Like that's really one of the best movie, the types of movies that make fun of all the other movies. That's the best one that's ever been made. So the fact that you've got the best thing and you also get to be the voice is cool. And I read because now there's
I got the mask. You want to see the mask?
I want to see the mask. Hell yeah. That's my kind of shit.
This is the original mask that I wore in the film. How do I get a nice shot of that?
Oh, wait, you're in there. Hey, everybody, check that out. Yeah. Wait. Oh, my God. That is so – because I'm a total props person.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
This is like 20 years old. I mean, it's hand-painted. There's blood on it still. And yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. Look at this, you guys.
Every now and then. I like to play around. And then it's hard to hear the voice because you got to be up close, but I'm in the house. You know where I am. What's your favorite scare? I'm gonna get you like a fish.
Oh my God! Do the thing when you're stoned.
Nothing. Just chilling and killing. That's what he said. He said, "What's up? What's up?"
I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
I love that shit so much. So hey, you guys, that was a special treat, everybody. That was cool as shit.
Leave your hat off. You have such beautiful hair.
Come on.
No, your hair is gorgeous, and you look good with your hair.
I never know when I'm going to cut it or not, the hair.
Leave it. The hat looks stupid.
What I do is I grow the hair out, and then when somebody says you have a roll, I cut it to the roll,
Well, that's what I do. But I love your hair. It looks good. It looks sexy and sloppy, and we're trying to sell you. With a hat, you look like an old man fishing.
So just to let you know about that mask, the reason I have that out and I have the knife and the robe is already at the museum, but there's a museum in Vegas called the Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. Actually, it's in Boulder. City, Colorado, or Boulder City, Las Vegas, or where is Las Vegas? Nevada? Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you ever gone to Las Vegas and they actually have like a Las Vegas? Because there's like New York and there's Paris, and then they have a casino that's Las Vegas because now there's no Las Vegas anymore in Las Vegas.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah. That was a joke. They don't, but I thought,
But you're gonna wait. So are you donating it to the museum, or what are you doing?
It's on loan. I'm
Okay.
gonna be there March 13th, Saturday, March 13th, to unveil it. It's gonna be. There's a whole like it's everything's gonna be there, like the robe, the mask, the knife, the gloves, and then probably some other artifacts and a video that talks about it or whatever. But I'll be there also with Felissa. We'll both be there signing as a meet and greet and stuff like that. I don't know how long it will be in the museum for, but it'll be there long enough, probably a year, I would imagine. Because it's better for him to preserve it than sitting in my office here, just lying around.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
It's very cool too. It lets everybody else get to see it.
You could make some more money with it.
That's what I'm trying to do, Ron. Wait, Ron, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So
No, I mean, you're not going to loan it to them for nothing. They got to do something for you.
They are. Here's what they're doing. They're making with a laser, because this is it's handmade and it's latex and stuff that's kind of falling apart a little bit. So they're going to laser scan it and make a 3D model, and then we're going to make replicas of that mask that I can sell.
Oh, very cool.
So,
that's cool.
No, you should make money with it.
I want one of those. So hold on. I saw in the news then. First of all, I saw another movie called Scream Test. I don't know when it's coming out, but I saw Felissa promoted it.
Yeah,
for something that you're in. I love the fact that you guys are in a lot of movies together.
We are. We are. Here's the thing. I met Felissa in 2015 at the Days of the Dead in Atlanta, just as a handshake. I'm going around all the tables. I said, "Who's this woman? She's beautiful. She's in this red dress. She's stunning." And she reminded me of Raquel Welch, or who is the other one from Italy?
Sophia Loren.
Sophia Loren. She's kind of like both of them a little bit, like mixed together, but beautiful, beautiful woman. And she had a line. So I go, "Who is this?" And then we just said hi and bye. And she gave me her number. And then we just exchanged, emails a few times about the business, because she was a producer. And so then I did a movie, Victor Crowley, with her.
Great movie. Great movie.
And she stole the movie as her character, but I'm pretty good in it myself as Dylan. But I think a lot of the reviews talk about her and I. And then there was this little bit of like, we called each other, and there was a little like, competitiveness of like, no, I stole the movie. No, I stole the movie, And so then I said, well, let's keep doing movies together. And since she produces movies, almost every film she does, she tries to find a role for me. And ultimately, the one thing she does is tries to find something that's going to challenge me. Like in this movie, Cold Stone Killers. No, is that no Cold-Blooded
Killers?
I'm telling you, I'm never going to get it right. Cold-Blooded Killers. I'm very serious in that film. It's not a funny movie at all. It's probably the darkest role I've ever played. So she really does challenge me, and I really am thankful for the. I wish she was here. I could. Let's pretend she is.
I wish she was here too. I'm upset.
No, I think it's like fabulous. Like I love the fact that you guys are doing so many cool films together, and so Scream Test is one of them. And I brought it up because I love Glenn Morshower.
He's great. I
love him. He's such a good actor. So it made me like all happy. And Vincent Ward's in a bunch of films with you guys, and like we've had him on the show, and he went to the Oscar party with us. And so then I saw in horror news, there's a movie coming out that you're in called Z Dead End, and I don't know if it's a big budget or a little budget, but it's basically like Sharknado, with instead of the Sharknado thing spitting out sharks, it's spitting out zombies. It looks like.
Oh, I actually didn't know. I didn't know the plot. I just saw.
It looks like Sharknado for zombies instead of sharks, and the zombies are coming out to get everybody. And you were listed in the article, so I guess
I'm in it. I'm definitely in it. I think I have a pretty big role. I think we're shooting in June. That's been, what the funny thing is, I wouldn't be in that movie if COVID didn't hit and push it. It's been pushed a few times, and I wasn't originally cast in it. And now I think they're really gearing up to finally shoot it in June. And I'm playing a pretty, like, I wouldn't say it's the lead role, because I haven't seen the script, but I'm told it's the lead role. So that could be good.
Well, it's got a good cast. I mean, there's a lot of named actors in it.
I
think
knew
it's
it was
gonna be good.
zombies. You have, like, for me, if somebody says, "Hey, you want to star in a zombie movie?" I love zombies. I can't get enough of them. So I would do that. And I saw the director's work, and I thought he was pretty good. So, but I didn't know it was a Sharknado thing. I just got done doing a Sharknado thing. It was called. It's out right now. You can get it. It's out by Dark Sky. You can get it on Amazon. It's called Sky Sharks, and it's Nazi sky sharks. It's Nazi sharks. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Actually, I think there's a whole bunch of people we know in that.
A lot of people. Yeah, Tony Todd is in it. And,
yeah. Actually, it looks good, and we've been watching the Nazi thing because we watched Hunters on Amazon Prime. It was really good with Al Pacino.
Isn't Sadie in that?
Sky Sharks? I don't know.
But she made a movie with Todd.
Oh no, she's making one now with him.
Oh.
Hang on, I'm gonna look it up. Sky Sharks. Here, 2020. So who's in our cast here? I think that we know a lot of people. Tony Todd, Naomi Grossman, Amanda Burst, Robert Lasardo, Dave Sheridan, Barbara Nedjelakova's been on the show too. Mick Garris, Lynn Lowry, Jan Birch. A lot of people.
Jan's in it. That's right, Jan. Yeah.
Jayla Rose is a friend of ours. Nick Principe. A whole bunch of people that have been on the show. So that's cool. So I didn't even realize that was out. We should actually watch that then if it's on Amazon. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so, pretty cool.
So in the chat room, they're asking like who is somebody that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with yet? I usually ask that, but they're actually asking it in the chat room.
Are we
everybody?
Are we talking complete wish list though?
Complete wish list, live or dead. It can even be alive or dead, or maybe give us an alive one and a dead one. But anybody that male and female that you would be like, oh my God, this is my bucket list, and I would totally like to work with this person. And then maybe also, I don't know if we've ever asked you before, but if you a film, like what film would you have liked to have been in? Any film in history? What film would you have liked to have been in?
Okay, so I would say like who would I like to work with? I'd love to work with Jack Nicholson. I don't even know if he's doing anything anymore. And obviously these are huge stars, so I don't know how I would actually get to it. I think Leonardo is great.
Yes.
The fact that I could just say his name as a one-word name, that says it all. I think currently right now the best actor out there is Shia Labeouf. I think he's the best actor out there right now. I would love to do something with him. I think that one is probably more reasonable. I think he is. I
think that one's very reasonable.
Because he's out there doing creative stuff and taking chances, which is the bold chances he's taking is why I think he's like a phenomenal actor. But he also is a guy that was a great actor as he's a young kid. That's why he got where he was. And then he did that big studio stuff. And now he's basically, that didn't fulfill him and actually drove him the other way with some issues of substance and stuff like that. So I think he's working his way back through passion and through the performance.
I loved him in Holes, Shia LaBeouf. I don't know if you do or not, but he did a movie called Holes when I was a kid. It was like when he was a kid, Disney movie, great movie with lots of stars, John Voight's in it, a bunch of people. And then he did a movie, I forgot the name of it, but the movie where like he gets into the accident and he has an ankle bracelet and he can't leave his house and the serial killer guy is next door. That is a freaking awesome movie. I forgot the name of it.
That's kind of a remake of the Hitchcock Rear Window thing. Is that called that's not called Suburbia? No, it might be Suburbia. I think so. It was a great movie though. So he's a good one. Okay, so who are some females that you would like to act opposite? Ooh, that's females. Probably
let's see if he says what everybody says or says something different.
Wait. What does everyone say?
We're not going to tell you.
No, we're not going to tell you. You pick first, and then we'll see.
You have to pick it.
Well, I'd be on a comedic side. I would love to work with Melissa McCarthy because I think she's
hilarious. You guys would be great together too.
Yeah,
you guys would really be good together.
And then I don't know. I mean, I would I wouldn't want to work with Meryl Streep if that's what everyone says.
That's what everybody says, and we always want to vomit.
And I wouldn't want to work with her either.
Nah.
Last week somebody said like Kate Blanchett, and
I'd like to work with Kate. Yes, I would work with Kate.
Yeah, I would work with Kate. Kate would be great. I would love to. Yeah, because I'll tell you what, it's an interesting thing. when you ask me about a man, and I'm going to apologize to people out there, but it's like I'm strictly thinking, oh, I want to get inside their brain and I want to see how they act and see what their process is. Then you ask me about a female, and it's like, oh, I want to see what kind of chemistry would have, but I also want her to be really hot. And I'm just saying that because I want to see if I can take it. I want to see if I can take working with someone so attractive that I can get put that to the side and interact.
Wait, could you work with Angelina Jolie?
I don't think so. I think she would always. We couldn't have close-ups. She'd have to be 18 inches away from me because she couldn't get any closer.
Because his dick would hit her.
Yeah, thank you.
All 18 inches of it.
Thank you. Yes.
Same thing with like Charlize Theron.
Because you know that. You saw me undress. You saw that. You know that.
Right.
So for me, Charlize Theron.
Put the mic down. Lower the mic, Ron. Lower the mic. There you go.
I think though, because
I put the mic up to cover my sagging face.
I actually like Kate Bosworth a lot too. I like Kate Bosworth, but I think for me, Charlize Theron that would be like my ultimate. Like,
well, if the script was good, I'd work with anybody. It's the script.
I was just talking about Charlize to Felissa a few days ago. I shot her first acting reel in 1994.
Oh wow!
We had the same manager. In fact, it was Shia Labeouf's manager too. His name was John Crosby. In Los Angeles, David, it's John Crosby. That's what we thought. David, it's John Crosby. Well, he managed Charlize. She was just a model, but she didn't have any acting and nothing to show for her acting. But I basically had video equipment and I directed. So I said, we'll just shoot scenes. So I took her to a liquor store. I took her to a graveyard. I took her out in front of Johnny Depp's place. What was that place called? The
Viper Room.
Viper Room. Yeah, where she was playing like a kind of a vato Hispanic gentleman. It's like it was character work she was doing, and we shot it, and it got her. I guess look where her career is. So there you go.
That's funny. Oh, they're saying in the too. It was Disturbia. Oh, that's good. It was Disturbia, not Suburbia. Disturbia. Okay, they're correcting me. Right. And I think that she's phenomenal. And your best friend probably wished you could have dated her, so he could have said he could have dated her, that he dated her now.
Yeah.
And, that's cool, though, that you actually got to do stuff with her. So, like, if she saw you someplace, she would know you.
She would remember me. Sure.
Absolutely. Well, find her and ask her to get you a part in a major film. I would.
Yeah, I don't know how to track people down. I don't like doing that. It's I like I think the water rolls and flows where it needs to flow in life. I like
no, you got to push it. You got to push it down the right.
You do
the right creek. If you sit and wait for it to come to you, you got a long wait.
Actually,
you got to make in our business. You have to make things happen.
Yeah, I do make things happen, but I always wait for the opening and the what's presented to me. You know what I mean? So.
No,
you're doing pretty good.
I loved Jane Russell. She was my favorite actress, and I impersonated her for 42 years on stage. I was going to meet Jane Russell, and I met Jane Russell, and we became the best of friends for years. We were like brother and sister. Hadn't I gone to Santa, wherever the fuck she lived, up in North somewhere, and met her, that never would have happened. So you have to pave the way to what you want. And not wait for it to happen.
Just put it out there.
Yeah, because how would I have ever met Jane Russell to be her friend? When I went up there and I met her, I told her a story which had happened, why I should meet her, and she was intrigued by the story, and she invited me to her house the next day. And from there, we just became we stayed in each other's homes. We traveled together. We went on dates together.
Wait, go back though. So what about like a love interest? Like if you were going to have a love interest.
You know who Jane Russell is?
Of course, yeah.
I don't know.
Who would be like someone
Jane
who
Russell?
like
Jane Russell is the woman that Ron Russell impersonated for many years.
Yes,
43 years. That's how come I have her name, Russell.
Wait, we only have 2 minutes. So who would be a love interest for you, though, that you think, oh my God, I would love to have this person. If I was going to have a love interest, knowing that it's all fake and everything, because I realize you're married. But if you were going to go on screen and you got to have a love interest and you got to like make out with some hot actress, who is the hot actress that you would be thrilled to be having a love scene with?
Ooh, a love scene? You mean, like actually?
Well, no, because you're not going to really be. Okay, just kissing. You're kissing, but everybody thinks you guys are like the it couple in the film.
I'm still working on Felissa right now. We're
Okay.
doing a lot.
That's a good pick. Felissa's gorgeous.
Right.
She's
absolutely.
fabulous.
Well, in the movie you just mentioned, what was the one? Screen Test. I play a police officer, and she's a film superstar that lost her voice because she's a screen queen, and she's on an island recuperating, and I'm a cop that shot a kid. I'm an alcoholic, and there's murders happening. It's kind of like a 10 Little Indians. It's a little Agatha Christie. You're on this island. Murders are, coming up.
I love it.
So we do have a kind of like romantic we do kiss at the end of the movie.
Yay! Okay, that works. But so you guys,
it's that kind of energy through the whole movie leading up to kind of like a moonlighting or a romancing the stone kind of thing.
Okay, so you guys, because we're out of time.
I would like to make a movie with Jason.
He wants Statham. He wants to have sex
and
with
I
Jason
and
Statham.
I want the movie to be about he's gay and I'm gay and we meet and we kiss in bed.
Jason Statham.
Are you really gay though, Ron? Because I mean, I know
with Jason.
I know he is.
No, I wish Jason was gay.
All right, you guys, wait. We got to go.
With Jason, I would be very good.
So everybody, this is Dave Sheridan. Please check out fanroomlive.com Sunday, March 7th. Get your tickets 5 p.m. Eastern time for Felissa and Dave.
We'll be there together, and you can
be
talk
there
to us both together separately. Lots of news. We're gonna reveal a lot of stuff there personally. So please come on.
And then, Dave, we want to thank you so much. It's such a pleasure. We love you. You're just fabulous. So,
Dave, you're the best.
I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Come back
Ron,
next.
I can't wait to work with you on that film. Please.
Absolutely.
You're gonna love the script when you get the script.
Thank you, everybody.
You have long speeches.
All right. Okay. All right, Dave. Thanks. All right, chat room, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week. It's going to be a blast. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes, download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
Like that fat. You gotta look at Pete.
No, we're on the air. I don't want it to go on TV.